Please read the disclaimer. XRP, deal or no deal? And will the President of the United States of America be true to his promise and send Iran back to the Middle Ages or the Stone Ages? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. The countdown for Trump's ultimatum continues to tick as we get closer and closer to that time. The market's reacting, Clarity Act, news, fake news. We'll talk about all that. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button because likes are for free. Don't say I don't spoil you with free likes. Currently, XRP is sitting at $1.32. XRP is up over the past hour or two. Bitcoin is sitting at 69,000. Ethereum at 2126, all up a little bit. Bitcoin 0.35, Ethereum up 0.9. XRP flat here on the day. Of course, the whole market is sitting and waiting to see what is going to happen with Trump's ultimatum, of course. If we look at oil, it actually has pulled back over the last hour to 112 after touching 116 here this morning. Silver and gold continue to also consolidate here, up and down because of the uncertainty of the markets. And free market, S&P 500, kind of a mixed bag. Some are up, some are down right now. So it will be very interesting to see from a price action point of view what happens here over the next coming hours. Do we see the crypto markets, pump or dump here into this yes attack, no attack? Now, what was circulating around the markets this morning and last night late was that the Clarity Act is a done deal, right? So you can say here, banks and crypto firms reach stablecoin yield compromise in Clarity Act talks. And this, the headline here is anonymous sources from both industry confirmed they reviewed compromise language last Thursday. But wait, so all these sites and all these accounts report, right? Banks and crypto firm have agreed, right? And all of this is coming off of a newsletter that Eleanor wrote. And you can say, she says here, in other fake news, does anyone know when I reported this? And like a crying face, but the person that did this post was unavailable here. She says, not sure the extra clarity is needed, but to be clear, I reported in my newsletter this morning that two sources close to the process expressed hope a workable solution on yield had been reached following review of new text last week. I also made it clear there has so far been silence from major stakeholders, and it remains unclear whether the Senate Banking Committee will release text publicly ahead of markup. The account approved above reported a finalized private deal, which terms expected as soon as this week, and attributed that to me. That's not what I wrote. That's not what she wrote. So basically, again, the internet jumps to conclusion. The internet, and especially X or Twitter, sees the headline, sees something in article, doesn't process it correctly. Maybe it was AI even. You see this headline and you see all these big accounts, how many people saw this? 133,000, 162,000, 190,000 views on those tweets, right? So a significant amount of people saw this, but it's not correct. Potentially this could be coming, but we still don't have clarification that there is a compromise and that the Clarity Act can move forward. And I saw this, literally every investor left in crypto reading the Clarity Act is coming next week for the last 20 weeks. Yeah, that's the situation right now. And we sit and wait, and we hope and we potentially watch here. Will the Clarity Act come, and will that be the saving grace of the crypto market? And again, that's going to be the question. As always, just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking to sign up to anything or to send me any money. Those are scammers. Those are imposters. Please be very careful out there. Okay? Also, a reminder about our partner BTCC. If you're interested, we actually have a 30% deposit bonus with them right now. You can go long, you can go short on your positions if your heart desires. Please trade responsibly. This is an affiliate link, so I will get a commission. So thank you for that. So if we go back to the current status of the market is now waiting to see what is going to happen with the Iran situation. I don't think we'll see many big movements until we have some clarification there. It will be interesting to see how the stock market reacts today as well, because yesterday it was a little bit of a pop on the opening, and then we had a sell off, and then we had kind of a comeback there towards the end of the trading day. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the crypto market here today. And as you can see, Iran has delivered a highly anticipated 10-point response to the US 15% point peace plan, and they want all these guarantees. We'll see if they can get a deal done before the time runs out. They also want to charge every ship $2 million to pass through the strait and keep the money. This is something that comes in this peace plan. This would let's see, what are the 10 points? Guarantee Iran will not be attacked again. I don't know if they can do that. Permanent end to the war, not just a ceasefire. End of Israeli strikes in Lebanon. If the Hezbollah stops shooting rockets, then maybe, but probably not. Right? Remember, the Lebanon was not attacked until they sent rockets into Israel, lifting all of the U.S. sanctions on Iran. I don't think this is going to happen. Just reading 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not going to happen. Right? Yeah, this is not going to happen. So if this is what they're asking for, a high probability that we're going to see an attack tonight. I don't think they're going to open up the strait, and probably if this is like a no deal, right? If there's another deal on the table, then maybe. But with this deal, I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think America would sign this. I don't think the Israelis would agree to this. So yeah, that's not going to happen. So, if we're looking just at that, so let's say just looking at that 10 points per thing, I'm telling you that if I'm just looking at that, maybe something else comes up in the next coming hours and we see potentially, something that would shift the status, but just that, I do not think. Again, this is just my opinion from knowing what has been talked about here on the ground. I don't see that happening. I don't see the Americans and the Israelis stopping until they totally decimate their nuclear capabilities. So I don't see that 10-point agreement getting processed and agreed upon. So if that is the only agreement that they're willing to sign, then it's not going to happen. And probably they're going to attack tonight, and then we'll see. If that happens, we'll see what will happen with oil prices. Will they pop to 120, 130, 150? Who knows? We'll see. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but we'll see how the market reacts to it, because the market could react aggressively if this could mean more attacks on energy infrastructure. Although the market has been stopped, like all the ships are not leaving the Strait of Hormuz for a while already, and the prices are around 110, 112. So the 120, 120, 30, 140, there's a possibility that it pops. 200, I think that that's off the table for now, unless there's some other energy crisis that happens, because there is oil around the world. It's not that there's no oil, there's just less oil that's coming out. So it will be very interesting to see how that plays out and how that affects the markets. Today, the SEC chair says that the crypto safe harbor proposal has advanced to the White House review, with formal rule expected shortly. The proposal includes a startup exemption allowing crypto projects to raise capital without immediate registration requirements. So interesting proposal here with the startup exemption. And this, again, more beautiful things coming from the SEC, things that would have never come under the previous regime. The second timeline, if we would have had President Trump would not have been elected and Chair Paul Atkins was not SEC chair, I do not think that all these beautiful things would have been happening for the crypto market. And then where would the price of XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum be right now? I do not know. I would like to think lower with everything that played out. But then on the flip side, you'd say, well, you wouldn't have had all the tariff stuff, and then maybe October 10th would have never happened. But I think that in that situation, we wouldn't have had the run up that we had in November of 2024. So we might have been, XRP could have still been around 50 cents right now. So, right, we could have been into 20 cents or 30 cents here for XRP in the second timeline. We might have not had all this volatility, but I do not think we would have had that run up, because high probability that the court case would still be in arbitration and it would still be going on, and we wouldn't have been here. So I'd like to think that we're in a lot better situation that we would have been in the second timeline. But who knows? Only maybe the Flash can go back and change history, right? Or some time travelers. And this is interesting about how XRP is flattening out. Back in July of 25, it took only 2 days worth of 150 million net inflows to send it over $3. It will happen again, and there's far more than 115 million. You can see here that the Coinbase up on direct USD to XRP pairs, and we know that Upbit is a significant um, exchange for XRP trading, the South Korean exchange. And we have here, of course, Binance and Kraken and Bybit that are always on the top leaderboard here. But now we're seeing Coinbase at the top as well. We'll continue to see the XRP spot inflow outflow continue to fluctuate. Of course, this was in July when we had a significant amount of a movement there. It will be very interesting to see, do we get another movement like this if the Clarity Act passes, similar to what we saw in summer of 2025, where, remember, we were consolidating here for 4 or 5 months after the run up. We did go up to 346, but then we pulled back to 160, and there was a lot of volatility, lots up and down, up and down, up and down. And then in July, we went from 195 all the way up to 360, and that was a very nice run up there. How many percentages was that? About 91% in 26 days. I think if we do get the Clarity Act and there's a lot of hype and we get a lot of momentum in the crypto market, I wouldn't take it out of consideration that we could see something similar, and then that would potentially bring us to around 260, 272. Would you be happy with 260, 272, 100% movement from where we are right now? That's the question for you. Would you be happy, or only if XRP gets shows momentum, you'd be happy? Or do you have a specific goal, a specific number that you say, oh, if XRP hits 3, I'll be happy. If XRP hits 4, I'll be happy. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? You don't have to know, right? But do you have a situation where you'd be happier, right? On the current status of the crypto market or current status of XRP? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out BTCC if you want to trade the market. And don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.